Hi, it's Maria Williams. In this video, I'm going to show you how to emboss with dies. I'll be using leaf dies to emboss a pillow box decorated for fall. For this project, I'm going to use the square pillow box thinlits from Stampin' Up! And also the leaflets framelits from Stampin' Up! I already have my leaf set up here, and I'm going to show you how to cut the die with only one piece of paper. The instructions call for 2 pieces of paper, and you cut 2 of the same and then use the flaps to assemble the pillow box. But I'm always looking for an easier way to do it, eliminate steps, and use less paper or cardstock. So I think this is a pretty easy way to do it. You cut half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. In this case, I'm using crumb cake, and this will be 5.5 by 8.5, and you score it at 4 inches. So it's almost like you're making a card base, but you're scoring at 4 inches instead of at 4.25. Then you're going to take your Big Shot and I'm not using my magnetic platform here just because I'm going to be embossing later, but you could definitely do that. And you're going to put your thinlit on your Big Shot with your regular cutting sandwich, and then you're going to place the fold of the cardstock right along the edge of the thinlit that does not have the flap. And what I like to do is use a couple of pieces of washi tape or low tack tape, and I kind of stick it to my hand first to make sure that some of the sticky is gone, because even with the washi tape, once you put it through here, there's a lot of pressure and it can make the washi tape tear your cardstock, and you don't want that. So you basically just tape it down and run it through like you normally would. And when it comes out, you have the pillow box cut in one piece. Take this off. As you can see, it's coming off very easily. Oops, see, I tore it a little bit there because I didn't take my time. Peel very carefully. There we go. And there it is. And here's the flap. And so in order to make the pillow box, all you have to do is fold it over. So you don't have to line up anything. You just fold the flap in, fold it in half, put a little bit of strong adhesive on here, and you're done. Now for the embossing part, I'm going to bring the Big Shot back in. You're going to use the regular embossing sandwich. Going to put your Big Shot on tab 1, put a plate in, and you do need to use an embossing mat. And I'm sorry, mine's a little messy. And then you can put your pillow box down. And, oh, let me show you something real quick. Here's a sample that I did. I'm going to make a gift enclosure out of this. This was made with this large leaf, and as you can see, it embossed through the front of the enclosure and all the way through. So you need to decide if you want the front of your pillow box to have this indented side or whether you like this better. So I'm going to have mine have this on the front. So I'm going to call this the front. I like to fold it like this, and then I get a nice smooth edge at the top. So I'm going to put this up, facing up, so that the dies are going on to this side. And you do have to run the dies 1 or 2 at a time. I'm going to put this one in the middle, and I'm going to run it through. Now you're going to feel like absolutely nothing is happening, because you'll feel like there's no pressure whatsoever. But when you pull it out, you'll see that you get a very nice indentation. And then I'm going to put it back on and add my other 2 leaves. And notice that I'm not doing much on the flaps that fold, and I don't want to emboss this just because I really want it to close nicely. And so I want the adhesive to make really good contact with the whole surface. But it's okay if you go over, it's really up to you. Then I'm going to run these other leaves through, make sure they're not overlapping, but you can have them kind of close. And run it through again. And there you go. There's the imprint of the leaves. Then all you have to do is glue this down with some strong adhesive. And I'm going to use the Stampin' Up! Tear tape. But before I tape the pillow box, I'm going to go ahead and fold the flaps. I find it a lot easier to go ahead and fold the flaps. And as you can see, even though I put the 2 pieces of cardstock through at the same time, everything is folding very nicely, so the score marks did come through. So there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some of this tape and put it along the flap. And I went over a little bit over here, so I'm just going to use some scissors and cut that off. And actually I'd like to go all the way to the edge. I would rather cut off the excess than not have any tape in the corners. And then, as I said, you don't have to really line anything up. You just fold it, close it, and there it is. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to make the tag that goes with the box. To highlight the leaves, I added a little bit of watercoloring with the same ink colors, and then I tied the tag around the pillow box using some metallic gold twine. For more pictures and information on the products used, please visit my blog at mawilliams.stampinup.net/blog.